So Vaspaan,
Tell me.
I spent the weekend in a very interesting way. I played some of the closed beta for Ghost Recon Wildland sequel, Breakpoint.
All right. Actually, I also played some of it, but mine was at an event.
Yeah.
So I was invited to play. I think it was the E3 build.
Yeah,
It said alpha build, but I'm not sure exactly which build it was.
I've got some things to say about this game.
So we discussed before this. You and I had very different experiences because I had a closed setting, pre-built.
You probably had a more guided, like more linear level.
Pretty much a guided. Like we had one person taking us through the game and one particular mission. But you played the open beta, so let's just discuss the things we found different.
Yeah.
So I'll give you my perspective. We started.
Okay, let's for a base level, let's compare this to Wildlands.
All right.
Because there's a sequel to Wildlands.
So Wildlands was a game that started off pretty okay, but then I think eventually we both came around to it.
Yeah, I really like that game.
It's a fun game to play along with your friends. Just do random
like it's
antics.
It's an archer simulator for me.
Yeah, just do random antics and in the middle of all of that, go take out some drug lords as well. Now, Breakpoint is a bit different.
It's more serious in tone.
Yeah, way more serious. You have John Bernthal,
Yeah.
a guy who plays Punisher. He's the main bad guy. He's an ex-ghost, I think.
Yeah, he's an ex-special forces guy.
Ex-special forces guy. I'm not sure exactly what. And he lives on an island, has a bunch of mercenaries, and a lot of tech with him.
And drones.
Yeah.
And drones are a big deal in this. Like
Yeah.
even the opening cutscene kind of hammers that home in the closed beta.
So anyway, the way I played it was I was guided through one particular mission. I played the gunner, the heavy gunner. I played with a machine gun and a silenced SMG.
Yeah.
And it was honestly the way I played it. I can't say it was any different from the Division 2 with less bullet spongy. So I think that's all I can say as of now from my perspective. But you have a few different things to say.
So here's the thing: Breakpoint really isn't a sequel to Wildlands as much as I thought it would be. Like, sure, you're using the same character, like theoretically, like it's the same nomad that's the protagonist of Wildlands, but they're turning this into a weird hybrid RPG, which I'm not a fan of.
Because an RPG, but so are you saying there's loot?
And there's gear and loot, and like there's a gear score, and pretty early on, like as you'll see in the footage, I get told to get out of an area because my gear score's too low for the enemies there, and that really annoyed me.
That's actually a lot like Division 2.
It is. It's a lot like Division 2, but they're not. I mean, Ubisoft has said they're going to stick to like a headshot as a headshot. You'll still be able to kill things in a single headshot if you can nail the headshot. But I'm just not comfortable with the fact that I'll have to go scrounging for loot. I'll have to give up my favorite guns because I might find a better shotgun, but I don't like using shotguns. I want to use an assault rifle, but I'll have to use a shotgun. Otherwise, I'm not going to do damage to a thing.
So is there like in Wildlands there was this big huge tree of the drug cartel which
there's something like that to keep a track of. Beta didn't have a lot of that, but it had a pretty sizable chunk for me to like explore, and that's one of the things I actually liked about it, the exploration aspect, because instead of just giving me a marker on the map saying go here, kill some things, get out, it gave me vague directions. Like, it's north of this crash site in this zone in the swamp.
So Ubisoft have been doing that quite a bit. They even have Assassin's Creed on an unguided. Like it doesn't point a marker, but
Odyssey
it tells you.
was the big one where they started.
Yeah, it tells you to the right of the statue of Apollo.
And Wildlands also toyed around with that idea a lot. Because you had to find your own objective markers rather than the game giving you one. But the exploration is fantastic. The gear is not. The gear is really... It really took me off. Because Wildlands was a game where once I found the gun, I felt like a special ops soldier. Because, I started liking my gun and I started getting very good at using that one particular gun. And that's not what Ubisoft wants. Ubisoft wants you to keep switching up your weapons, which I think really goes against what Ghost Recon is.
So the changing gear aspect, that's a lot like Division 2. You'd find better guns, better loot.
That's a lot like looter shooters in general these days.
Yeah, that's what we liked about Division, and they were bullet spongy.
From the Division.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why they're going back to, why they're taking that same formula and putting it into this game. Like Wildlands was completely different from Division 1. Yeah. That's why we like both those games separately.
Yeah, in fact, like Wildlands felt like a more free version of Far Cry, oddly enough. Where I wasn't even limited by the story, right? I could just go wherever, do whatever the hell I wanted. And this is just weird. And speaking of the Division and looter shooters these days and Destiny, this game also has a hub area where you see other players and you're always online. This game's going to be always online. You can't play this offline at all. And one of the first things you do in the closed beta and presumably the base game when it comes out is make your way to this hub area where you can see every other player, which just takes me out of the game.
Yeah, so I think survival was one of the biggest things they wanted to talk about in this game. Like you have, in
You have water.
you have water. Then like Monster Hunter style, your main health bar also goes a bit lower, and you have to stitch yourself up to do that. And sometimes you have to really rely on stealth. But from what you're saying, it seems like that might just be something they're saying rather than the game actually making you do.
I mean, the closed beta, I have an hour. I spent way more than I've recorded, but I've recorded an hour's worth of footage and I never use water. Like, the game doesn't really make you use water at any point, and like, if you're, just play it a little bit cleverly, you can just headshot everything on your way and nothing matters. Like, the fights don't matter. Like, a fully armored dude went down in less than a magazine full of bullets.
So then that pretty much goes against their whole survival aspect.
Yeah, I don't think survival is going to be as big a deal as they made it out to be in the original reveal and some of the trailers.
At least in the beta for now.
Hopefully, at least in the beta.
Hopefully Ubisoft can change that out. I don't really have much to say. As I said, I played a pre-built demo.
Yeah, I'll run down the checklist of other things. The driving still sucks. I mean, Wildlands didn't have great driving to begin with, but this one's still also dumb.
I felt like that's always been like a...
I used the dude as a ramp, Vaspaan.
I think you should put that into the video. No, but I think the driving was always one of the funny bad parts about Wildlands, like the crazy physics.
Yeah, that's true, but like, if they're going for a more serious route, they should kind of steer away from the funny, dumb stuff, right?
And does John Bernthal fit into it?
He's fine. I mean, they just got a big name actor because they want a big name actor on the back of the box. It looks like, I mean, he's a great actor, sure, and he's doing his role fine. But I mean, what does the game really gain from that?
Alright, then hopefully Ubisoft can change it up when it comes to the final game.
Yeah, I played the closed beta on the base PS4 and it didn't run particularly well, but that's fine. That's beta, so hopefully they'll fix that.
Alright, stay tuned to IGN India for more stuff on Ghost Recon Breakpoint.